We do sit on different sides of the discussion about Donald Trump, but I don't know. But it does make me question, why is he being so rude about Canada? I mean, we all love Canada. I mean, you know, I know there's a lot of rivalry, obviously, in North America between the pair of you, but he has been, I would say, overtly rude. So what is it all about? I suspect, and I do know, that the Republican Party in the US, generally speaking, just never really liked Trudeau. I think that's putting it politely. I have actually spoken to one or two congressmen in the US, Republicans, and when they talk about Trudeau, it isn't just through gritted teeth, it's through, I think, apoplectic sort of looks. And I wonder if a lot of it is just, it's more actually personally against Trudeau and what he did and represented. Maybe that's why, and unfortunately the collateral damage is Canada as a whole. Who knows? And it'd be interesting to see after the elections, presumably when the right wing get into Canada, if relations, I suspect, will probably dramatically improve post-election, but we'll see how things go. I would say, just as an interesting addendum to this, and this does actually reflect a situation we have here in the UK, after we left the European Union. There was this massive Buy British campaign. There was this, and the EU, the European Union, was so rude about the UK after Brexit, after we left. Right. I mean, really unnecessarily. And we are European, geographically speaking. We've always had a bit of a rivalry, let's say, against Germany and France for obvious historic reasons. We fought several wars over the past, but ultimately we're still pretty friendly, and we still like the Germans. The French, deep down, would never admit that publicly. But they were so rude about the UK that it engendered this big movement of, okay, we'll buy British. We're not going to buy German cars or French wines or whatever. We'll buy Californian wines. We'll buy Japanese cars or whatever. And we're not going to go visit the European Union for our holidays. We're going to staycation, as we call it. We're going to holiday at home. And actually, this is, firstly, it's great, environmentally speaking. If you're an environmentalist, you should support this whole concept, because it means we're not burning all that fuel, shipping goods and people backwards and forwards. But secondly, it's actually great for your local economy, your national economy. In Canada, actually, ironically, although it's going to damage the US's economy, it is going to potentially be for the benefit of the Canadian economy, because if people are staycationing in Canada, it's keeping the dollars within the Canadian borders. If they're buying Canadian goods as opposed to US goods, they might be a little bit more expensive now, but as time goes on, the economies of scale will kick in, and Canadian goods start becoming cheaper for Canadians. So ironically, it may actually be doing Canada a favour, as rude as it may appear. Who knows? But I suspect my favourite law of all, the law of unintended consequences, I think is going to kick in here. Who knows?